Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Okay, I'm so excited to be on live today. Actually, I'm gonna wait till a few people get up in here, cause a little bright. Peace and blessings. I am literally on live on Instagram and then on live on YouTube, so I'm gonna try to direct my attention to both. But I've been deciding to get on live for a minute. I've been in my head a little bit. I have some things I want to talk about, and I really want to talk about winter being for shadow work and the importance of shadow work and the transformational benefits that could come from doing shadow work and diving deeper into yourself. Hey y'all, hey y'all. Oh, yes, I really want to talk about that because for me personally, it's been a very profound introspection period. We are literally hibernating with our higher selves, and that is a very big transformational time for us to really go within and to emerge in the spring newer, better, higher in higher alignment. Hey y'all, nice to see y'all. So I'm on Instagram and then I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to divert my attention to both of y'all. So we gonna journal a little bit today. We gonna journal a little bit today. And we're going to talk about shadow work because for the past few days I've been posting about shadow work, and I made a YouTube video about it a while ago, but it's time to touch it up, give y'all some more different types of questions and all the different ways that you can explore shadow work, because it's not just, oh, let me Google some shadow work questions or look up some shadow work questions on Pinterest, which is a okay way to do it. But I have been finding it in like my everyday navigation. Like I'm listening to a song and I'm like, wait a minute, this is a song that I loved in childhood. And me actually listening to the lyrics is making me realize that, like, oh, that's where this limiting belief came from. Oh, that's crazy. So those are just some insights what we're going to touch into today. I'm gonna answer some of y'all questions. My channel was deleted back in February 2024, but I definitely got it back now. It's been a while. But my second channel, I Love Life, for y'all, those of y'all who did know about that one is permanently gone. Fuck YouTube for real. Yes, write down in your notes. That's perfectly fine. I love that y'all are already being able to do shadow work. That's lit. That's lit. Why am I literally publishing my guided shadow work journal right now? I love that. That's amazing. Please send your girl a copy. Send your girl a copy. Yes. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So let's dive deep into it. I got some notes, and we're gonna talk. So first, I want to talk about what shadow work is. Shadow work is the process of exploring and integrating the unconscious parts of the self, such as repressed emotions, fears, desires, to foster personal growth and self acceptance. I hope that music is not too loud. It's super loud in here. I hope y'all can hear me good. If you can't, let me know. But yes, so that's what shadow work is. And shadow work can be done in many ways. Like I said, it can be done through journaling, it can be done through mirror work, through it can be done through divination, like tarot, like spell work. Um, Even like I've heard somebody I used to know, she would like record herself during disagreements and then listen back to it to kind of hear where she could, adjust her tone or take more accountability for the things that she say, things of that sort. I will be saving this live, so this live is on both YouTube and Instagram, and they'll both be saved. Um, and then also studying the media that you are consuming better. That's really what we're going to touch on today, because that is the key. That has been a constantly revealing key for me. Where's the sun going? Hold on, I need to stay in the sun whole time. I need the sunlight on a nigga for real. It's like 38 degrees outside. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. um Now I want to talk about programming and the media that you are consuming and how that is a huge factor into what we like, what we think that we don't like, the ways that we feel about the world, what we believe that we are capable of achieving. Like, it all really does boil down to programming. Do I want to mention that? I was watching Diddy's documentary, y'all, and I'm like, oh, this was a setup from the beginning. This was a setup for a punchline on duct tape. All right. I had to say that. Yeah. So when we really do look back into our childhoods, really, that's where you're going to find all the answers. Everything that you've been like curious about, or any blockages that you personally have been feeling in your life, where you're like, why am I not manifesting the love that I know that I'm deserving of? Why am I not aligned within my career? Why do I not even really know what it is that I want in this lifetime? Or why do I feel misaligned within my purpose? Like, I feel like I'm investing time and energy and money into things that are not really in alignment with my higher self. That's what shadow work is for. That is the answers that you are going to receive throughout your work with shadow work. So the other day, I was listening to Rihanna's live album. And yes, we're going to say Rihanna because that's how you pronounce her name. I've been arguing with my friends about this. They're like, we didn't know her name was pronounced Rihanna. Since when was it Rihanna? I'm like, it was always Rihanna. Okay. But anyway, I was listening to her loud album, and I'm pretty sure, y'all are very familiar with, I'm talking Only Girl in the World, S&M, Love the Way You Lie. Like, it's Rihanna. Okay. Like, you already know. But I just took a little blast to the past the other day. I was driving and I was thumping to the shit, right? I was thumping to Only Girl in the World. But then, let me pull up my notes. Hold on, let me pull up my notes. I was really listening to what Shawty was saying, right? And it's funny how you mindlessly sing along to a song as a child, only to look back on it and be like, that was self deprecating as fuck. Okay. Like, that was insecure as hell. That was super pick me behavior. And it's like, no wonder I've had this romantical, fantastical, imaginary idea of what love is supposed to look like, when it's like, this was the music I was listening to, this was the media that I was consuming, these were the and shouts out to Rihanna, for real, for real, for real. Like, no hate whatsoever, because I'm like, I mean, you look at who's writing the songs, and it's a fuck ton of men that are writing her songs. I mean, she's on there as well, but the first few names are always a lot of men that are writing her songs. And like Kanye, Jay-Z, like, them niggas on hella, you already know. So it's like, what the propaganda that has been pushed, like, let's really look at the propaganda and let's look at how it has affected us, right? All right. So I'm gonna read some of her lyrics. Want you to make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world, like I'm the only one that you'll ever love, like I'm the only one who knows your heart, only girl in the world, like I'm the only one that's in command, because I'm the only one who understands how to make you feel like a man. Did y'all know she was saying that? I didn't really realize that that's what she was saying until literally the other day. Because I'm the only one who understands how to make you feel like a man. Because I'm the only one that's in command. In command? Like, now, personally for me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really like being told what to do, especially if it's a nigga telling me what to do. Like, if it's a older man, somebody who is in an authoritative figure, like, that those some real no-nos for me. So with the fact that, like, these were the pitches for, I don't know, like, just like, how did these songs make you feel? Like, when I hear that song, it just made me feel like limitless. Especially the music video is very beautiful music video. But when I'm thinking about, first of all, saying these things, and not just saying them but repeating them over and over again, the repetition part is important as well, because we talk about affirmations are very important when you want to change your mindset around something, right? So it's like, if you're repeating these things over and over, you might not consciously think that you are in agreement with, me being in command with what he says, because I'm the only girl that he ever needs to love, X, Y, and Z. You might not consciously agree with that, but girl, the subconscious is really where the work is at. The subconscious is really where the unconscious and micro behaviors are at. Please drop some music, some songs, if y'all are coming thinking of songs that trigger this with you as well. Don't get me started on Beyonce, Best Thing You Never Had. See, let me dive deeper into that song, those lyrics too, because it's like, it's really wherever you look. Like, even when I'm looking at fucking billboards and advertisements, y'all, like, I travel a lot, so I always make sure to, like, pay attention to what is being advertised around me. It's very interesting. Propaganda is all over the place, and it's like, how are you processing that beyond the conscious mind? Because you might just see something in a fleeting moment, and that be that, but like, you never know how it's truly affecting you. So that's why it's always, oh, scissor. Oh yeah, scissor is scissor. I don't even get me started on SZA. And it's like I like SZA, I like her, but her lyrics are self-deprecating as fuck. Oh yeah, Summer Walker. Oh, I've been some. No, it's so many of them. It's so many of them, and it makes you think too because it's like it's not a problem of experiencing these things and honestly having these feelings within yourself. That's not the problem. But I think the problem is like putting it on a replay, putting it on repeat, and you got a big ass microphone. You have a huge microphone. Like SZA, you got a fat ass microphone, Shawty. And like, is this really the message? You know, is this really the message that you want to say? Like, I liked her newest album, but I couldn't listen to it all because I'm just like, it's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. I'm depressed about a nigga. He think he got a bitch that's better than me, but I got a fat ass and some cute shoes. Like, not to boil it down to all that, but honestly, like for real. Anything from Cleo Soul triggers emotional reactions in me. Cleo Soul is much better. Cleo Soul is much better. She's dope. I do need to listen to more of her discography. Our bodies most certainly keep the score for sure. Literally watched a movie They Live the other day and everything is coded. I don't know what movie that is. They Live, that's what it's called. I'll check that out. But yeah, it's so coded and that's why I'm like certainly pay attention to everything you're consuming. Okay, she got another song, right? Rihanna from this same album, right? Love the Way You Lie was my favorite fucking song. Like y'all, I'm talking wait, this album came out in what? Like 20 I don't want to 2020. Okay, unapologetic came out. What year did this out? 2010 is when this album came out, right? And I'm telling you, I entered middle school in like 2011, and that depression, oh my god, I just fucking plummeted into like the pit of depression. And these were the songs that really got me through the day. I felt like I could relate to these songs, but you know, 12-year-old heartbreak don't really prepare you for like it's what I felt like I could relate to because of my 12-year-old heartbreak. I'm like, damn, I just didn't know. Like I just didn't know how much worse it could be. It could be like it was the end of the world for me at that time. But she has this song, right? Love the Way You Lie. Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. Well, that's all right because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. Well, that's all right because I love the way you lie. This was my favorite song. Truly, truly, truly. And but now that I'm older, I most certainly have understood how music can wait, what was I gonna say? My thought. Where'd it go? Love the way you lie. I forgot what I was gonna say exactly, but that proves the point. Proves my point. Loving the that's what it was. I'm thinking about Lana Del Rey at this same time that I was listening to this music by Rihanna. Lana Del Rey's Ultraviolence album and Born to Die, I think is what her album was called. Born to Die. That shit was on repeat as well, and I'm like, in the moment I just resonated so heavily with it. But now I don't know if it's because I'm much further removed, if it's because I'm older, I have more emotional maturity, but like I just feel like it's worse now than what I felt like in that time because of the repetition, because of the idolization of depression and suicide and just abuse. Like there was so much abuse that was idolized in these things. It's actually really fucking crazy. And then you think of Eminem came on that beat hard as fuck. Well he be saying some crazy shit. I'm not even gonna repeat what his verse is talking about, but Love the Way You Lie was definitely a, a, a key song for me at this era. um Let's live in the moment. Yeah. And then she has another song that I wanted to refer to. It's Love Without Tragedy. That one is her just repeating over and over again, what's love without tragedy? And this was something that I came face to face with a lot throughout my psychedelic research. Me having the deeply buried belief that to love is to lose. Because at this point, I had it. I'm speaking from the perspective of a fatherless daughter. Okay, you know what I'm saying? All right, let me move over again because this sun is not going to escape me for real, for real. Um, yes, I'm speaking from the perspective of a fatherless daughter, and if we want to talk about pain and abandonment, those abandonment wounds, it's like, oh, this is a spirit is gifting me this channeled message, right? The same way we talk about like parasites in our gut and how they make us addicted to sugar and gluten, and we just crave certain things because we're feeding those parasites. It truly is like, it's exactly like that. Like this, wait, don't leave me. I think I was gonna say this music is like that. Like these messages are like that. They like fed my depression, they fed my shadow self. And like I said, there are times, there are spaces where we can sit within these feelings, sit within these emotions, but there is always a time where you know that enough is enough. There's always a time, no matter what. No matter what the experience it is, if it's anger, if it's grief, if it's guilt, like you know that after you've withered into this emotion and succumb to these experiences, that eventually there's going to be a time where it's like, it's time for me to pick myself up, or it's time for me to shift this behavior that I have come to align with so deeply. So yeah. um yeah, if y'all have any questions or any comments, definitely feel free. We found Love was one of my faves, and the video was so bad, but she looked so. Rihanna always looked good. She always looked good, for real, for real. She always looks good. Okay, all right. What was our next thing? Okay, yeah, my concepts in programming. I did write down some of them. Love is painful and always ends in loss. Love is chaos. Attention equals worth. Now that's another one, because then we get into talk about the male gaze. I think I'll spend my whole life talking about the male gaze, to be honest with you, because that that is real. That is real influence. And I was, like I said, I was watching Sean Combs documentary, The Reckoning is what it's called. The Reckoning is what it's called on fucking Netflix. And just to see, it's just it's it's just so bad. It just really is. It's so bad, and influence is so bad. And the male gaze, we've been taught in this patriarchal society that it is oh so important, that it is the means of success, the means of value, the means of worth. But like, it takes men like twice the amount of time to emotionally mature as it does a woman. Like, y'all not worth all this attention. Like, y'all are not worth all of this rhetoric, all of this media. You know what I'm saying? um, but yeah. Look, there goes a man right there. Okay, yeah. So anyway, my next thing was validate me, choose me, see me. Not because Rihanna is wrong, but because this reflects a generation of girls raised believing that their power is activated when a man magnifies it. Like, y'all know. I ain't even got to go in deep into that. Trauma bonding. So, "Love the Way You Lie" was certainly a trauma bonding song. I remember seeing experiences of trauma bonding when I was in college, and being like, I just knew something was like off about that shit. Like something about it just seriously rubbed me the wrong way. Because I would be seeing people trauma bond from like really really in-depth experiences. Trauma can come in many many shapes and forms. Trauma can be, we got an F on this class, or we might have to take this class again next semester. It could be anything from like me. The other day during Thanksgiving, I had made this really big, like beautiful fresh juice for everybody, and the shit shattered upon immediately entering the function, and that shit pissed me off. That was trauma. So trauma has so many shapes and sizes, but being trauma bonded in college, when everybody, we thought we were finding ourselves in high school, nigga, we're finding ourselves in college, like on our own as adults. And it's like, we ain't trauma bonding over like, well, we can trauma bond over smaller things, but like, some people, I've just seen some really harsh experiences. I'm talking like drug abuse, or like abusive parents, or like, some people not being able to come out the closet, and they're literally having these like immense understandings of who they are and how their family like will innately hate them. Like, it's a lot. College is a lot. um this song also talks about yelling and makeup sex being passion, and that being like love. And like, it is crazy how like makeup sex does feel like more of an intense bonding, connective experience, but that's still trauma bonding because it's like we can't be sitting here cursing each other out, and then some people be hitting each other like that's crazy, and then y'all gonna make up and have sex. Like you just you just throwing dirt on the subconscious, and this is some shit you gonna have to dig out later if you trying to, if you really want to heal. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about shadow work now. You got your journals? Do you have your pens? Does everyone have theirs? Is everyone ready? And even if you don't have your journals or your pens right now, I will say the questions. Y'all can take note, or maybe I'll try to write them in the comment section. Or if someone could write them for me, oh, I would appreciate that so much. That'd be great. Okay, where's my questions? Okay, well, first, I want you guys to comment what song from your childhood or even what song that you listen to now has shaped the way that you feel about love. SZA was a great example. Beyonce has been a great example. So any songs that y'all have that y'all could comment those below. I'd rather talk and understand one another than to do that. But teenage young me, I've never I've never taken to writing things down. I mostly stew on them while meditating. That I get that, but in the same breath, something about the act of writing, for me at least, as a Gemini stellium, something about the act of writing helps me feel like it's being released even more. Like I'm giving it to the page. In my shadow work, my sacred rage rituals, we do a lot of like shadow work, and sometimes like I'll have the ladies rip it out of their page. We can like ball it up, we can stomp on it, we can give that paper all the energy that we've been holding on, that has all the realizations that we were just uncovering, and then burn it, throw it in the fire, do something ritualistic with it and signify that it's being released. Thinking about it is okay, you can do that, but in the same breath, like shadow work will take you to a lot of places, and sometimes you might forget the dots that you were able to connect to get where you end up. So it's really good to write it down. Writing it down is really good. I'm gonna scoot over again. This is making me mad. Oh, this thing is heavy. Okay. All right. Okay, so the first question. Where my questions at? First question. Okay. In what ways did I learn to equate being chosen, wanted, or validated with my sense of worth? In what ways did I learn to equate being chosen, wanted, or validated with my sense of self worth? I'm a journal as well with y'all. That is so loud. That's not, I hope y'all can't hear that. In what ways did I learn to equate being chosen, wanted, or validated with my sense of self worth? Yep, there goes. There's a question right there, in the YouTube chat. In what ways did I equate being chosen, wanted, or validated with my sense of self worth? All right, babe. Okay, I'm gonna write for like 2 minutes and then I'll keep talking. Yes, the lives will be available on both Instagram and YouTube. This music is terrible. I hope y'all can't hear it. I called them right before I got on live and asked them to turn it down, and it feels like they turned that shit up. Okay, so some of y'all are saying it's hard to dig up an answer, a solution for this, right? Aw, I appreciate y'all's love and support for real. This is beautiful. Yay! Oh, you started doing shadow work 3 years ago and it changed your life. Hey, I love that. Okay. So if you're trying to journal and you are struggling to find an answer, don't try to think of an answer. Feel for an answer because this journaling is one of the best ways that you can learn how to channel from your highest self. Now, I don't know if you guys know much about channeling, but there are many different ways that you can channel. Let's just start off with talking about channeling from our highest self because you already have the answers innately ingrained within you because you are God consciousness. So you have the answers that you need, and your brain never forgets anything. Even though we might think that we forget things, our brain holds on to every memory, every experience, every word that we think that we may have forgotten. It's there. Our brain is very powerful. So if you are trying to answer a question and nothing is coming up, just feel it out. What might come up would be maybe a sensation, maybe a physical sensation, maybe your foot starts feeling funny, and then maybe from you feeling into that you start to remember a time where you hurt your foot as a kid and maybe your dad yelled at you and maybe that didn't make you feel supported or validated in your pain, in your personal experience. There are so many different ways that you can come at it. Don't try to think because the logical brain is not always going to give you the answers. That's what we use in school and shit like that. But when we're navigating earth at school, when we're talking about like our own personal work within ourselves, that's where the right brain and the subconscious brain comes in because you can dive deeper and deeper into that. um, I felt a tightness in my chest and a memory popped up in my mind's eye shortly after. Yes, that is exactly the path that will illuminate you to get your answer. So yeah, feel within your body. Don't be too much in the thinking brain. I'll share what I wrote for the shadow work. So in response to the question, in what ways did I equate being chosen, wanted, or validated with my sense of worth? I had an absent father, and so I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be visually seen, like a lot. Like I would, if you guys got a copy of Brown Girl Almighty, it's my book. Also free shipping for Black Friday, free shipping, and I'll give you guys a personalization if you go and purchase a copy of my book. All copies for the rest of the year are being sold like that. But I talk a lot about wanting to be seen because there were many times in on that side of my family where they just did not see me. They did not see me. Whether it would be physically, my father was absent, so he literally was not putting his eyes on me enough. But even when I would spend time with that side of my family, they were very flashy, which is funny because it's like that means that they like to be seen because they got the cars and the clothes, when the aura, they got big aura. I hate that. I hate using that term like that. But they just did not see what was right in front of them. They didn't see the pain that I was experiencing or the abuse that I was suffering at the hands of my cousin. They just saw they just saw me and they wanted me to look the part. Like they wanted me to be the perfect preacher's granddaughter and to look the part, you know what I mean? So I always felt like I was overlooked or not looked at enough in the family. And from there, definitely when I got into the era of people telling me that I was boy crazy, that showed up a lot. I feel with me wanting to, be the girl that he wants, or to, present myself in a way that caught a lot of attention. And I think that I've even had like, do I want to say identity crisis? That's another way that I channel during shadow work, because when I'm like, I don't want to say that I had an identity crisis, but that is the only word that spirit is giving me right now, then that means that's the authentic word that I need to say. So I feel like I've had identity crisis within, my presence on social media, because it's like, when I was showing up on YouTube more, that was my authentic expression. That was who I was in that moment at those times. And goddamn, that was some good times for real, for real. But then I was like, I don't want to be seen as much anymore, or at least seen in the way that I feel like I've been seen. But then again, there's more shadow work for me to do about that, because it's like, I have no idea how you guys see me. I literally have I'm not you. I can't even make into my mind how you are personally thinking or seeing me, because I'm not you. And like, that is also a blessing for me to fully realize and to fully embody. But sometimes, we get caught up in our heads about a lot of things. So yeah, somebody said, I feel like the movies where the pretty or popular girls were centered and being swooned over was a focus of the plot or and of the character development. Yes, I love talking about a manic pixie dream girl. Those are also another movie archetype, where it's like the girl who is there to save the guy, the girl who is there to give him the life lessons and the advice and the information he needs. So like Ramona Scott in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, or damn, what was her name? If you guys have seen The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and Emma Watson plays her character. So those types of girls, that's really facts. Sensitivity was shamed and not praised. A ton of comparison from adults was projected onto me as a kid. Yes, same here, same here. So it's like those types of things can totally make you not feel like worth the space you take up, worth expressing how you feel. And then it's like, as an adult, like, we can easily bypass our feelings for the sake of like people pleasing or wanting to be there for somebody else, not because we don't have that authentic kindness within our hearts of wanting to do that, but we haven't been taught how to value or value our own space that we have within ourselves. You cannot be generous to somebody when your cup is not overflowing. Generosity, this is another, I've been really into yogic philosophy too, y'all. So this is another thing that I've been learning about. Generosity is only able to be given without self abandonment if your cup is overflowing in time and energy and love and in space that you have for yourself, in capacity. Because if you're offering something and your cup is not full, and you're just helping because you think it would be right to help, but you don't fully have the capacity within yourself to help, that is self abandonment. Someone said, I learned that I crave to be desired by men. If a man finds me unattractive or unworthy, I take it personally. It is not a personal account of who you are as an individual. Not at all. And I know you just jumped in, Joy. I was saying earlier that like men are not worthy of the time and effort and attention that we give them. Jesus Christ. so, so many, so many of them. So many of them are not worthy of the time and effort and attention we give them. Also, being sexual was my way of wanting validation. Yes, I can. Yes, like, it's so interesting too, because it's like I'm forgetting the sun. I don't care no more. But it's interesting with that complex too, because sexuality, like in that coming of age era, like that middle school timeline, puberty timeline, is very interesting how it's like something that is authentically blooming within ourselves. However, like all the external propaganda, the external forces that could come in and affect our frequency are always factors that have to play within it. And then it's like Am I expressing this because this is how I truly feel and how I want to truly show up, or is it because I feel like I want their attention or I want their approval? Like, it is a really real back and forth type thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like shadow work helps you identify what exactly is the path that you want for yourself and not for anybody else. Even with my own sexual expression, I totally understand that. Someone said to be to be respectful on this virtual space. Is this just for the ladies? Hell no, this ain't just for the ladies. This for the men, the women, the non-binaries, the transgender folk, the alphabet mafia. This for everybody. Everybody's welcome. Self abandonment is something huge that I struggle with. I'm a giving person, but it's become extremely difficult because I have not poured enough into myself. Ashe, when you pour enough into yourself, you will be able to better understand what spaces you are divinely meant to give and what spaces you are not divinely meant to give. Because sometimes other people are not worthy of your giving. Like, honestly, some people are not worthy of that. And that is okay. You know, there's millions of billions of people in the world. Like, if they're meant, somebody else will give them what they need. But you cannot help anybody until you've helped yourself. And isn't that so simple, but like it feels so like difficult within ourselves, you know? Like, my mom is a very giving person. She's a Libra. I'm a Libra moon. You know what I'm saying? Where the Libras at? Where the Libra placements at? Because we be generous as fuck, okay? But generous to self-detriment, that's not the move. That's not the move. Honestly, even as an adult, I'm working on reclaiming my sexual self outside of seeking response from others. Easy to get, but it is not truly what I truly need or what fulfills me. Ashe, wishing you absolute success on that journey. It's hard for me to balance out my feminine and masculine energy due to having an unsupported dad and a gangster mom. Shoddy, like, I want to like hear about that. Like, I would like to hear your perspective because wow, that is so that's so real. Like, maybe I need to go on live another day and talk about like the feminine and masculine balancing act because that is that's deep. That's deep. And I appreciate y'all for sharing y'all's perspectives for sure, for sure. Um Okay, where's my other question? I got two more questions that I'm gonna ask for the shadow work portion. So this one says, where in my life have I mistaken chaos, intensity, or unpredictability for passion? Ooh, and what part of me craves that emotional spike? Okay, okay, hey yo, okay, okay. That's real. That's so fucking real. I'm gonna read it again, and I'm also typing it in the chat. So hold on. Cause hey yo, as somebody who has loved a few Scorpios, let me fucking tell you about emotional intensity and my god. Okay, let me pin this. Okay, where in my life have I mistaken chaos, intensity, or unpredictability for passion, and what part of me craves that spike, that emotional spike? Hey yo, you water signs, I'm coming for y'all for real. Cause I Ayo, like the water signs, y'all not getting off on that one for real. Personal testimony. Libra mom is crazy. She'll be giving people the shirt off her back. No, fuck it for real. I'm like, all right, shot that aunt just moved out. Now we moving that cousin in. Like, damn, like, damn, for real. Um, Honestly, yes. Okay, cool. All right, let me type the question here. Where in my life have I mistaken chaos, intensity, or unpredictability for passion? And what part of me craves that emotional spike? is that? Yes. Okay. Pin comment. Both pair of Scorpios. This hits hard. Yo, kudos to you for real. Because it's funny whenever I see people with like two Aries parents or like two Leo parents, I'm like, hey yo, you really signed up for a big a big one this lifetime. All right, I'm gonna give us, I'm gonna say like 2 minutes for those of you who want to journal about this one, or you can also answer your journals in the question in the captions. I legit have poems about this exact situation in Brown Girl Almighty, for real. And they're all about a Scorpio woman. All of them. All of the poems are about a Scorpio woman. And the push and pull that I felt with that shawty, for real. She was the first girl that I ever loved. And who knew? I think it's both. I think it's both parts. It's her being a Scorpio and it's her being her because there that I don't girl on girl passion is like it's like it's like signing a contract. It's like signing a record deal for like 10 record deal 10 album record deal. You really signing up for like what the fuck. And she just played with my heart up and down. And then I was 17 and it was just nah. And her leaving and her coming back and then her leaving and her coming back and then her falling in love with my friend and then leaving me for her, like it was no, like no. And that emotional intensity being mistaken for like passion or love. Oh, love is the most important word, because like how many things have we actually mistaken for love that was not love? It's just what we kind of felt like love should be, or they're telling me that they love me, so how could it not be love? Oh, you're not, they saying I'm nearing the limit of recorded music that can be shared in a live video. They oh no, that sucks. I just ended the Instagram live. I didn't know that that's what I was doing. No, they ended it. They suck. They suck so bad. No, I'm going back on live. That sucks. Instagram sucks. I can't believe they did that. All right, let me read y'all's comments here. My life has been chaotic. My parents would literally ask me to validate them during arguments. Damn, would make me feel like I'm their therapist, so I didn't feel worthy unless I was helping. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gemini mom, Pisces dad. Oh my god. I'm literally dating a Pisces right now. That sucks so bad. I've mistaken immense amount of chaos and unpredictability. Hey y'all, I don't know why the thing just cut off like that. Instagram sucks. I be feeling old when I navigate this sometimes, but um okay, I'm reading the comments on YouTube right now. I've mistaken an immense amount of chaos and unpredictability for passion and friendship throughout my life. Yes, peace, goddess. I was just thinking about you the other day. Yes, boom, here I am. Here I am in the flesh. The part of me that craves connection thinks I still need it to. My bestie was a Sag and I'm Libra. They told me we were an inseparable match. Inseparable match? Can we put a play on words? Let me highlight inseparable. Libra is the sign of the relationship. Two, the sign of the two, and then match because you're with a Sagittarius, like fire sign. Like I love that. Well, I love that for the pun, but I hope y'all's relationship. You know what? Honestly, in all relationships that we struggle with, I think that we can at least always acknowledge them as life lessons, because it definitely hurts. And that's why I say at the beginning of the live, I had mentioned that you can always feel how you feel about a particular situation or a particular person, as in like they did me wrong, or like I hate this, or like this really hurt me, X, Y, and Z. But at some point when you're ready to like emotionally mature from the situation and move forward and forgive, you can always acknowledge what it is that you learned, because these are all lessons, these are all lessons. Oh, peace to y'all. I love that. That's fun. I forgot that group chat exists. I love that. Okay, let me stop. Let me finish what I'm saying. But yes, you can always identify what you experience in life as a life lesson, because everything is meant to teach us. Even the most turmoil of turmoil is here to teach us a lesson. So yeah. And I would love to talk about that too, because that's I'm gonna have to go on live again about that trauma bonding. Let me see. I've mistaken a lot of that for chaos for passion, because I was finally getting out of my mom's house, so the freedom was great. The eagerness for community presented me with the wrong ones without a map. Learning lessons, navigating life, especially as a young adult. That's so real. Things are meant for us to come in contact with them, or for us to experience from and learn from them, because because I mean shit, because what did you take from that experience, like the good and the bad. It's always something that we can learn from. Hey y'all, on this Instagram, I just had to come out and then open it back up, but we are doing shadow work, because winter is for shadow work. And we are talking about how music is a great thing for us to look into, because music has unconscious like patterns that we didn't really realize were limiting beliefs, or stoking the fire of our limiting beliefs, especially as a child. um, okay, let me give y'all this last shadow work question, and then I'm gonna go on ahead and get up out of this thing. Okay, last shadow work question. What beliefs do I hold about love being painful, tragic, or worth suffering for? And can I trace that belief to early music, movies, or family dynamics? This is a great one. Ooh, that's a great one. What beliefs do I hold about love being painful, tragic, or worth suffering for? And can I trace that belief to early music, movies, or family dynamics? Okay. Oh, that music! I wish they would turn that shit off. Someone says, in my first relationship, I mistook her obsession for intense passion and love. Now I realize that I'd rather have someone with a healthy obsession to themselves before myself. Ashe, ashe. I I love that, and I can resonate with that, because I was just talking about a Scorpio, the first Scorpio girl I ever fell in love with, and the first girl I ever fell in love with. We had a similar dynamic where she had this intense passion, but she was honestly, every time when I evaluate all the girls that she left me for, she actually left me for girls who were very like, I don't want to say abusive, but very aggressive. Like, yes, very aggressive. Um, and so when it comes to navigating loving relationships now, let us acknowledge what it is that we actually truly want. Because when I was in a pattern of like attracting the same type of relationship dynamic, it would always be either men who were emotionally immature or and emotionally absent, and women who like wanted the world. And I'm like, hey, yo, no cap, shawty. I'm just trying to have fun for the night. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted like relationships. I mean, the Scorpio, she was the only one who was like not trying to lock a nigga down for real, and I was trying to lock her ass down. But anyway. Now in my relationship dynamics, I love the emotional maturity that is there, because it is something that I had to evaluate within myself, like, why am I attracting these people, and it's because I believed that my worth was tied up in helping them progress in their life, right? Like, let's talk about Manic Pixie Dream Girl. I certainly felt like my worth was how I could show them the world. Let's what are you passionate about? Here's a beautiful career for you. Oh, look at the resources I have. I have a YouTube channel and I could help you in your business and your brand, and this makes me worthy. This makes me worthy of you being in my life and you loving me. That was at the root what I had to dig deep to find out, that I felt like my worth was tied to what I could offer somebody, how I could offer them resources and answers to their questions. And oh, I'm so philosophical, because I am, but it's not to my detriment. It is not to you only being the one to benefit from it. Like, I'm philosophical because I enjoy intellectual knowledge. I like spiritual stimulation. I have the spiritual discipline to take me from point A to point B. It's not because I want to rub this all off on you, which is what I used to do. I certainly used to put myself on the line to gift somebody else the tools that I thought that they needed. And it's funny because all the people I tried to pressure that onto, they were not ready for it. They were not ready for it. They were not ready for it. It's so funny. They were not ready for it. Ah. Okay, let me read what y'all talking about on YouTube. I always feel like I deeply feel love is transactional due to it seeming to always require pain. Mm, love is. Mm, I understand the feeling. I understand it, but the true love, the truth of love is not transactional. And if people are causing you more pain than pleasure, then that's when you know it's time to back out, to adjust. The first song that honestly comes to mind. Oh, you talking about that SZA song? The first song that honestly comes to mind is "I'd Rather Go Blind." I forgot what she talks about in that song, but yeah, her saying "I can't see, I'm blind," blind over and over again is crazy. Mushroom trip is peaking as I'm journaling. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. I wish I was you for real. I need like a heroic dose of mushrooms. Anybody got a heroic dose of mushrooms? Please let a nigga know. Yes, I can repeat the last question. The last question is, what beliefs do I hold about love being painful, tragic, or worth suffering for? I'm writing this down too. And can I trace that belief to early music, movies, or family dynamics? Yes, there we go. I'm gonna pin this one. Oh, I got a podcast you should check out. Cool, I will check out that podcast. Yes. Very manic pixie dream bird. Yes, okay, cool. Yeah, Ashay. This came from childhood trauma. It sounds like you're an oh, I'm very empathetic. Make sure to get jealous. Great tunes. So the songs. Thanks for introducing me to shrooms, and your poetry book is still one of my favorite books of all time. Ashe, thank you for the support. I'm so grateful to be a resource. It's funny because it's like, oh, these are when I was trying to give the knowledge and the wisdom and the energy to the previous lovers who were not in alignment, I'm grateful to have found virtual lovers, you all here in alignment with the message. So that makes me very happy. I tried those Schedule 35 chocolates you had with the code some years ago. Their prices be highish, but they work well. I still have another discount code with them. It's Trinity15. I think it's schedule35.co is the website. Trinity15 is my code. So Schedule 35 has been one of my favorite brands to work with. But if anybody got a heroic dose of mushrooms for your girl, if you appreciated this live, you know what I'm saying, you can like message me on Instagram or like, hit me up in the email to let me know. But if y'all have any more questions, comment them right now. I'm about to go within like the next 2 minutes. I really appreciate it. Sharing this insight. I definitely enjoy going live. Y'all are great. Do I have anything else? Oh, I have a Morocco retreat coming up in January 11th to the 18th. If anyone is interested, come join your girl in Morocco. Also, I'm planning a retreat later next year, I think it'll be, for either Bali or Thailand. If you got to vote, Bali or Thailand, let me know which one it is. I'm going to post an actual poll on my Instagram and my YouTube maybe tomorrow. So you guys can definitely let me know where you would like to go. I have Brown Girl Almighty, my poetry book gets free shipping for the rest of the year. And I can give you a little personalization if you want your name signed in it. If you want me to kiss the page with some cute lip gloss, I'll do that for you. What else? What else? Oh, I have my spiritual consultations, Leap of Faith consultations, are one-on-one 90-minute sessions with me. We can dive deep into whatever it is that you want to talk about. I use my intuition, tarot cards, your birth chart. I do a birth chart analysis, and I basically am able to intuitively help you take the next steps forward with whatever you have going on in your life right now that you might be seeking clarity on. um, yes, and I definitely always have opportunities for people to work with me, like whether you want to work on a retreat, if you have a cool offering to share, you could just email me, trinity@browngirlalmighty.com. Any brand that you might want me to promote, any brand that you have that you want to gift me items to bring on the retreat, and I can create content for you for the items, definitely email me about that too. I do still have a code with Cheeks. I think you can find it in my link tree. Let me see. Hold on. I love Cheeks. Perfect. Oh, yep, here we go. I'm gonna just leave my link tree here because that is where you can find all of my discount codes. Actually, Schedule 35 and Cheeks is there too. Yes, love you down. Thank you for curating space. I'd love to come on a retreat. You freshly 18. Yes, girl, come on. It's time. We welcome you with warm arms. And I'm always trying to make more spaces to cultivate more in person. I love being in person with people. Lotus is the one. You already know her. Oh, absolutely. Lotus is the one because Lotus is the one that it started with. Okay, Day in My Life on Shrooms. How many years ago was that? What is it? 4 years ago? Four 4 years ago? It's so crazy. I was doing YouTube for 7 years, and Day in My Life on Shrooms. Me doing drugs in the park is what blew up the YouTube channel. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get on live more frequently. I'm thinking about like shadow work Mondays, but when you catch me, you just gotta catch me. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, I really hope you guys had a beautiful time. I'm so grateful to be able to give you guys answers. We need to see you in Botswana. I love the various countries. Let me know. Botswana. What's in Botswana? DM me, Shadi, because I want to know what's out there. For sure, for sure. But yes. Oh, South Africa retreat coming soon. Okay, now I'm like this. Yeah, South Africa retreat is coming soon. Y'all, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. I can't say nothing. I can't say it enough. It's coming soon. Oh, it's coming soon. But yes, I appreciate y'all for sharing space. I'm about to go. And I'm about to meditate. Love you. Have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful day.